Loot.bet. Made for live betting.
Ladies and gentlemen, welcome back to the Loot.bet CS League. We have changed the stream. The audio issues should be fine moving forward, so I think we're set up and ready to go now, I believe. So we just turn the music off, and there we go. Yeah, I think we're live. So over. We switched. We're back. We should be fine now. All issues are fixed, I think.
Yeah. We should be okay, right? We should be A-okay without any issues. No robotic sounds, no robots, no Terminators from the future coming to take us all down, or no Skynet of the sorts. So, gentlemen, it is going to be, though, our second map, Train. And remember what we said about Train. It is a map that is going to be a hard one for Uruguay, at least in my mind. You know, T-side Train is one of the most difficult maps or sites to play in general. It is absolutely horrendous to play it if you have a bad start and unable to get yourself in a decent beginning. So Uruguay, we spoke about them a little bit, you know, before jumping into the second map, and I think we can both agree on the fact that if they get a good start, if they get themselves off to a decent beginning, let's say 5-4 rounds advantage early on, and you know, start the ball rolling, I think they're in for a very good conclusion, or at least mid-stay of the map. But we'll have to see how HAVU respond. So far, they've been relatively quiet. Cash, not really their map to play on, or at least, you know, they haven't shown us anything that we believe in them afterwards. So hopefully, they're able to change it up and give us a bit of a better performance. But in any case, map 2 is live, and it is now going to be the pistol round beginning.
Yeah, and with Uruguay now on the CT side, it is going to be HAVU here that they're looking to get into this. They're looking to try and reclaim everything they lost in map number 1. They're looking to get back into it. They're trying to claim that game. Of course, we saw them drop the first one quite heavily. Whilst that was a loss that we maybe didn't expect for HAVU, it's a map they don't consistently play too much. It's not a big downfall. It's not too... You know, it's not too big of a deal. Yes, of course it is, but it's one of those maps you can sort of put out of your mind now and really knuckle down for map number 2. So with Uruguay on the CT side, I think this will be the better side for these guys, considering that they play that looser style. The strats might not be all there and ready, but this time it is going to be Uruguay already looking to break out onto the A bomb site. Holding down, Scream finds 2. Good play from him as that bomb is planted.
Oh, Twixie finds himself a piece of the pie, but unfortunately Draken is fast to respond, and it's all eyes on Slow. We are 1 on 3, and Existence, again, the backstab from Existence. One of the last rounds on Cash, he came in from main, finding 2 or 3 kills. And now, of course, on the pistol of the second map, he gets himself in the backstabbing position, finds another one to close out the round. Uruguay 1-0, a great opening round, or more so a great opening starting sequence for our Uruguayan friends. I guess you could say. I'm not sure why the hell they chose Uruguay, though. Why would you choose Uruguay as the name of your team? But okay. It's going to be, of course, an eco for HAVU. We do have pretty much, pistols and Kevlar. That's about it. Not even Kevlars at this point, just a few P250s. And the round should be ending in Uruguay's favor quickly, although Existence is taken down early on, so that's going to be a bit of a problem, as he is a little bit shocked as to how quickly he falls to pistols. But, you know, in all, Uruguay should still be able to win without much problem. Train, a map that the CTs can certainly excel at, since they have a lot of room for maneuvers. I mean, they can take up with Brown Hole's control, as Draken is showing us right now. He's going to be going very much aggressively, very much actively chasing those frags, but Screams in from behind. The MP9 gives him 2 kills, and that's the round as gone as it ever will be. And yeah, HAVU I'm hoping to see a bit of a change on their gun run, though. I pray to see some sort of tactic, some sort of play, some sort of quality start, because otherwise we're looking at another cash beginning.
That's the thing, like, they have to get that good start. Whilst they're not a team that can... They don't have to really work from the bad starts. They can grind the rounds back. They can prove they have that determination. But Uruguay, if there's anything about them that we realized from their looser style, from their less of a strategic style of play, is that they can gather momentum so quickly, because these guys right now, they have the experience. Obviously, Scream, Existence, Draken, they all have that top flight experience. This is probably more of a chill environment for them, where they can sit back, they can not relax, but they can play their own style of game. And at this point, they'll be looking to do that. And again, HAVU, they have to reply with this first gun round. This has to be where they kickstart their account here. Or like you said, we're going to be seeing a very, very vast similarity to to how Cash started, and that's going to be really hard for HAVU, especially considering this map is where they need to win, or this game they need to win to survive in the playoffs. They lose this, they have no chance of that top 4.
Yeah, they're gone. They can say goodbye and good night to their chances. And even then, if they do win, there's still a chance they don't go through the next stage, obviously. We spoke about how they have to win a lot of... with a big round difference in order to even cover their losses so far. And since, as you said, this is their last best of 3, losing this will pretty much confirm they're not going forward. They're eliminated from the tournament. I do believe they're still playing Season 2, though, as all teams that are currently below the top 4 groups, they are playing into the next stage, or excuse me, the next season. But it's going to be another round for Uruguay, as it seems currently. Okay, no, Piku gets the kill. A Scream is at 4 HP, so this is looking a little bit better. Second for Slowy, and it looks like it just might be a round that HAVU can pick up, but not for long. Draken is there. It's back to a 3-on-2 as HS finds one more Existence with another one, and it's Draken for the double. Uruguay 3-0 and a perfect start to the CT side.
Beautiful from Uruguay. Again, they've really come out to perform today, and HAVU might just be... Not mentally there, mentally awake in this game. HAVU, they've started not only map number 1 kind of disappointingly, but the same for now game number 2 is HAVU. They will go into a little bit of a pistol force here. We'll see some utility invested. No Kevlar though, as they just want to keep their money stable. So at this point,
yeah,
HAVU, he'll be looking to just maybe try and snatch away a couple of rifles. I think that's all they can hope for at best in this round. If they had Kevlar, you maybe set them up to find a couple of aim duels, get some frags out of the back of it, but Uruguay, with the weapons they have, with the momentum they're already building, transferred from map number 1, and with a beautiful start on game 2. Zore, he's already tagged down to low HP. It should be where Uruguay take themselves a 4th round to kickstart training. This is a beautiful start from the CT side, but you've got to say, we expected more out of HAVU. I expect them to give more in game number 2. They have to get a gun round on the board very soon, and I hope they do it in their next one for the sake of their own mental sanity.
I mean, it's not just their mental sanity. It's simply put, their tournament life on the line. It's the last call, I guess, the last train leaving the station. And this is no joke about this. HAVU, they cannot afford to lose this best of 3. It's as simple as that. Already losing map 1 by such a large difference, 11 rounds, is going to be very painful for them, because that puts them 11 rounds deeper into the pit they've already dug themselves into. And we got to keep in mind, they have to win this 2nd and 3rd map by a difference of at least, let's say, by difference of at least 10 rounds minimum, in order to cover the losses they've gained. Or actually, no, they have to win both maps. They have to win 3rd map 16-0, and they have to win this map with at least 5 to 6 rounds difference, winning it, obviously, if they want to have a chance of even closing out the negative round difference. So it's going to be very difficult for them to pass forward to the next stage already, but there's still a small chance they could. But as I was saying previously, it's not only up to them anymore. It's up to the fact that, the rest of the teammates around them, or excuse me, teams around them, do not win. For example, XCOM losing their last best of 3. Uruguay still having one more after this that they need to lose if HAVU wants to have a chance to move forward. And I think it's one for Winstrike and no chance as well. If they do lose their own, again, a chance will present itself to HAVU. But this is all big ifs and big buts, and well, it's not going to be easy. In any case, It is 4-0 as Uruguay are currently looking very strong on the CT side. And as I said, a strong start will give them a very nice early entry, or more so early boost of morale. And HAVU, they'll find themselves with a very, very big deficit very soon unless they're able to turn it around and soon.
Like you said, not only do HAVU have to win these games, they have to win them nearly flawlessly, which in this game already looks out of the picture. It looks out of question from HAVU here, and already Scream will spot a couple of players inside of mid. Of course, he's going to go for those taps to try and find himself some kills, and he'll steal away one. Hampus to find a second. Finally, Hoodie to dispossess him, but I feel like the damage might have already been done here. Slowly swinging on through Existence and Hampus. Beautiful rounds and beautiful kills from them. Already HS on the flanks as well. He was speedy to come round from B there. I didn't even see him on the minimap, but jetting behind HAVU to very quickly close out round number 5. This time, HAVU, they'll be stuck in two minds. They'll be, do we force buy? We can get a couple of AKs. Piku can buy the same for Hoodie, but just like Cash, they're going to be in that scenario where, yes, they can force buy this, but they'd rather have a much fuller one to try and counter Uruguay in the next round. But again, it's been a great start from the CT side. 5-0, and especially on a CT side, that's not only going to do wonders for their round score and their mentality, but their money in general as well. Existence already finding a swift frag. Zore, though, good trade from him. 4-on-4 as this round gets right underway.
Yeah, a little bit more interesting than usually the gun rounds are. Scream, Draken, and, well, Scream again. He's going to be closing it out easily, though, and it is going to be a 1-on-2 Slowy with a double. That's perfect. Slowy with a 3K. Oh, okay, Slowy. Man, this guy is amazing. He is an unstoppable force you cannot joke around with. Uruguay, a 1-on-1 clutch by HS. If they want to win this one and put it into 6-0, it's going to have to be HS pulling out all of his aces out of the sleeve. Slowy looking to close the round as soon as possible. He's going to probably sneak on to B. Yeah, he's already moving into the connector. This is a smart choice. First of all, if he knows nobody's in connector, at least once he clears connector, he's like, okay, so my opponent is either in deep CT or is in deep T-base upper. And okay, HS makes it sound good. Bye, good night. Beautiful play from Slowy. And that is what you imagine this guy would be able to do. And everybody else on the HAVU as well. What a round. What a way to win it back. It's going to be 5-1 on an eco round on top of pistols and Kevlar. This will come back to haunt, of course, Uruguay almost certainly so, as I mean, their money's good. Their money's really good, but this is perfect for HAVU. If they can start grinding the rounds together now, things can be looking very much brighter than they started off with. Also, I would like to mention a bit off topic. I mean, off topic, at least pertaining to the round, this one. The round we spoke about, the round difference, is basically HAVU, if they win this, they'll have 12 points total in the group. Oh, Draken with a double though again. Looks like there's no point in even speaking about any 12 points because right now it looks like Draken with another 3K. 10-1 currently on the score for Draken. He is a monster in his own right.
Really is, like, especially considering he was kind of, we spoke about early in this tournament, he was maybe stuck in that red reserve contract to like 2020 and not loving Counter-Strike, but obviously red reserve as a whole sort of folded in on itself, so couldn't really afford to keep Draken, of course, contracted and paying him salary. So once Draken's able to group up with players that he likes to play with, Scream, of course, being a free agent at this point as well, Existence leaving G2, it really fitted in for Draken to get with these guys, and he's right now again he's loving his CS. It's almost like a Makalele type situation where he's been grinding out with really bad teams for the past couple of years, and now he's finally starting to get back into it. This time though, Slowy, the man that's really putting HAVU on his back in these opening couple of rounds, especially the first one he won, is already going to be getting back into it here. But either way, Hampus, HS, they'll all find kills to kickstart. Draken claims one of his own, and just as we praise HAVU for getting a good round, it seems like all progress has been undone by Uruguay.
Yeah, I mean, as easy as HAVU got the round almost, as it seemed like it, easily they lose it. To return to the point we were making, the points about round difference, guys. If HAVU win this, they're at 12 points, but they've still got a -16 round difference from the last losses they received. So if they're unable to stabilize that and get more or a positive result as opposed to that of XCOM, they still do not pass forward to the next stage, even if XCOM loses their best of 3 and remains at 12 points, which is what HAVU need. So yeah, that's what we were trying to say about round differences, because once the teams are equal in points, it's the round differences that will be looked at for the teams to proceed forward to the playoffs. So that's how it kind of goes. If somebody might not be clear on that. In any case, a 4-1 Draken with a double again, and Scream to close out the Ivy play. 7-1 HAVU are getting mauled on this map. It is looking very good for Uruguay. It seems like the loss of their organization, or more so the separation of from the organization Red Reserve, seems to have done a good job for Draken especially, and well, I guess for the rest as well. I'm loving this so far. I really am. Uruguay, they've shown us what they're capable of doing, and they're doing it perfectly. They're giving their best in this series.
Yeah, and even with very little to work on Train, statistically wise, from HLTV, these guys look like Train's their #1 map at this point, just like it is the same for Cash and Draken and HS. Pistol already being whipped out for Draken, but he can find kills nevertheless. HS delivering one more as Hoodie falls, and even in an eco round like this, it is so pertinent for Uruguay to not lose any men just to keep the economy stable, because the CT side, we know, can be pretty rough with the money. We know they can get into some tough times with the buy rounds, but Uruguay, they're doing everything right at this point to really shut down HAVU, and on a map that is their own, this is not looking good. Already HS will find one more Draken to finish. 8-1, a similar scoreline to what we saw on Cash. They already win the first half. Yes, we'll see a buyout of HAVU this time, but even Slowy, the man who's only had any sort of highlight mentionable play in HAVU's side for Train already is being down to a Galil. The same for Piku as well, as they try to just guarantee some utility in this round. But that's how rough HAVU are right now. They have to buy lesser rifles to be able to support the utility, and that is not good for a T side.
Not at all. I mean, with what, 2 Galils, you can't face off against an AWP or an AK. I mean, the Augs are going to be a little bit of a different story, but they've got an SG and 2 AKs to support it all with minimum utility. HAVU, they're looking very weak currently. Not really sure as to what works, what they can make work, really. I mean, all their defaults or all their strategies have already been tried out. They've tried the Ivy play, they've tried the mid A split to play, it didn't work out. They tried B, it didn't work out. It's just not going through the way it's supposed to, the way it did usually on their practice or even their previous best of 3s. And I'm pushed so aggressively towards main through 6th Train, but I mean, so far Uruguay can afford this kind of play. They can afford this kind of aggression. Now they, or at least he hears him, almost certainly so, that somebody's close range. Zorre, 11 HP still peaks. Piku goes for the 1. That's Scream to fall. It's Hampus that doesn't check the corner, though. He thinks he's above on the Train. Not really, though. Hoodie with a double. Oh my god, Draken still comes out on top. And Draken with a double. That's a wall bang. A double, if I'm not wrong, even. It's a 1-on-2. Slowy. What do you do in a case like this? You've got a, what, a Galil? You can't do scheisse. HS will find himself the last kill and confirm a 9-1 result for Uruguay. And I will still this one from one of the viewers, Amazing Sonny. Release the Draken.
That's pretty good.
Just a side note, there was also a joke, Release the Draken, which is a player from StarCraft 2. Hydra. I don't know if anybody knows him, just so I'm saying. But yeah, okay, never mind. It's going back to a pistols and Kevlar, that's it.
This right now is so dominant for Uruguay, but again, you've got to say, they haven't really showed up. Twixy, though, he's looking to be the man to do it this time. Either way, Hampus and Draken, they both trade the same for Hampus again. Oh my god, he's just tapping heads as he's already into a 1-on-3. Hoodie runs out of bullets, can't even finish the spray. Swings back around to get the job done, but as soon as Draken peeks, ooh.
Didn't he get tagged right now?
Yeah, 3
I thought
points
that was a hit.
Health. Yeah, it looked very close. HS, timing as he swings away, but finally he will expose himself. 10-1. Double figures already secured by Uruguay. Hampus, of course, being the man of the hour here, as he was able to tap from such a superior position. But either way, yes, HAVU will rebuy, but we might even be seeing a better scoreline than what we saw on Cash. That was 10-5. Uruguay, they look to be smashing that right now.
I mean, they're smashing good. They're having a fun time. They're really enjoying this. You can see that if we probably would be able to see their faces, they're probably all laughing. They're all probably having a great old time, you know, just enjoying themselves and enjoying this game so far. I mean, HAVU, 1 round on the T side is, you know, not that big of a deal. If they can find 4 more, 10-5 would be perfect. 4 rounds, 5 rounds on T side. I think, as said by MIBR, obviously this is a bit of a different story, different setup, but, you know, 4 or 5 rounds on T side train is good. And I think we forget, or at least most people forget, how difficult of a map train is. One of the harder maps to play as the T. I mean, I would argue it is the hardest map, actually. Alongside, we could say, old school Nuke, not the new changes that happened. So this is certainly going to be something that HAVU can still make a comeback from, if they are able to pick up at least 2 or 3 more rounds here. But that's a big if, and that's a if that Uruguay have a lot to work against with, or more so have a lot to work to prevent that. And Scream, well, that's the entry. Picks up the AK, he's fearless, and HS, he goes for the double peek, he finds 2, that's enough. The bombs on site, though, will be planted. HAVU have been able to sneak through. Slowy is there. Zore comes out of main, actually finds 1, but it doesn't matter. The bomb's been planted, and Zore is way too far away to be able to prevent the defuse. That is 11-1. And this is, this is starting to look very poor for HAVU.
Really is, and I saw someone in chat say as well, I'm gonna pinch another one from chat. That's what you get for kicking Zayn. I mean, when he was removed from the roster, you have to say he was one of the standout players, and he's now. I think he's standing in for No Chance again today. I saw their manager tweet that he's gonna be with them again for that game, and he was solid yesterday. He was very, very good in the 2-2-0s that No Chance were able to pull out. So again, a great asset for another team that's been disbanded or been like thrown to the side by another. So this is Hampus. How is he round the flank so quickly? No. How does he get there?
That's the round. I mean, Hoodie's alive, a 1-on-3, but HS comes in from Pop as well. Ouch. This is starting to look very poor for HAVU. I know I said this before, and I will say this again. There is still a chance they can win. 3 rounds is doable. So 12-3 is a result we could get by. But if we are... if we're a little bit honest about this, the money for HAVU has just run dry. They're down to 3.5 to 4.5, and obviously 1 AWP on Slowy. That's about it. So yeah, I mean, the rest of the bank of HAVU is pretty much gone for. And ooh, Zorhe, okay, it's a wall bang somehow. I haven't seen that, but okay, I love it. I'm actually loving it. It's gonna be a 5-on-4 with Zora and Slowy might be tagged up, but this should be doable. HAVU should be able to pick up at least 1.
Especially with Scream playing these close lines, there are a couple of weaker weapons on HAVU that they could look to exploit. And again, like you said, with Zore being very low, even with a frag to his name, Hoodie, catch off Scream. Maybe a little too over-aggressive there as he gets finally shut down by the T side. And again, like you said, 3 rounds is definitely possible. It's definitely going to assist them going forwards. Though we miss. Oh, that nade should be the money nade, and yep, definitely is. Hampus can't deliver for a second, but Dragon can now hold from the site. He spots 1. I think he landed a tag onto Hoodie there as he crossed as well, so he's dropped down. Grenade does very little, though, as they push into the bomb site. 4-on-2. This is still doable. HS will try and work his way through the smoke, but will find nothing just yet, and Draken will come in from the back lines of CT. This is one of the more dangerous positions to be walking through as a CT, especially scope with an AWP. So this does look like HAVU have found themselves a second, but with HS already finding 1, you can never discount them. They have no utility for this round, though, so all HAVU have to do is sit back and wait. Although HS, he's going to try and pressure the bomb. He's going to force a peek out from Piku. Oh, and HS, he takes a first. Luckily, was traded back, but Draken's now on the defuse. He's going to tap it away, and Piku, he'll get shut down as well. Whilst there's no time, he's still dealing the frags. Yeah, he could have, especially
he could have held
that there, yeah.
I think there was a high chance he could have actually won that round, Draken, if he had held it immediately. The player that was running from Electro Box did not even shoot at him, so I'm fairly certain, you know, Draken, before the player pulls out a knife and is able to kill him with the knife, as Draken had 100 HP, he probably would be able to defuse it. But okay, HAVU pick up 2 rounds, that's it. Let's see if they can find the 3rd at least and be able to kinda stabilize a tiny little bit, but this is a long way from being able to win yet, and this round is A broken one for HAVU, however you want to put it. There goes Zore. That's another entry for Uruguay. And HS, look at the danger of this position. But, okay. Somehow, he peeks very aggressively and still is able to get away scot-free with a kill. This is perfect for Uruguay. 13-2 is a result that is pretty much already on the board.
Uruguay coming into this, they have 2 best of 3s left today to round off the group stage. Oh, HS.
Oh, wow. That's actually pretty...
A little bit of a misguided Molotov there.
Yeah.
But yeah, they needed some very, very confident victories out of these best of 3s that they have left to be able to slow down that round difference of what they had. Oh, hey, Jesse does get taken out over the edge of the smoke as he tried to deny the plant. But with a negative 19 round difference, they have to win maps very successfully. And right now, they are definitely doing so with this best of 3 either way. And Scream on the flank. This is surely dangerous. Hoodie's not even looking in that position. PQ spotted wide open. 13-2 to end the half. And that's a very, very good scoreline for Uruguay. But you've got to say HAVU have not performed whatsoever here.
It's been more of a disappointment than anything else, really, for HAVU. I'm sad that I see them play this poorly because what we've seen out of them in the past has been very, very fun to watch. More so, very enjoyable to watch and see them perform the way they did. Winning against No Chance, for example, 2-0. I think that's one of the results they can certainly take away. XCOM 2-1. Against Chaos 2-1. Yeah, so they won against teams that you would imagine them losing, while losing against teams you would imagine them winning. So this is certainly a bit of a surprise to me personally that HAVU is unable to close out more than just a few best of 3s, but it is going to be this one that counts the most. And unfortunately, I guess we could say that even if they do win this, there will be no chances for them to go to the playoffs. We'll see the second half though in a few seconds. We'll be right back.
And there we go. Just like that, we head into second half. And it's tough for Uruguay right now. For HAVU, sorry, right now. It gets to the point where pistol is your only sanctuary. Your only way to reserve any type of resonance in this game. They lose the pistol right now, and they are essentially taken out of the game. Water. Exactly. They are done entirely because that's going to be 14-2. HAVU forced it. That's going to be 15-2. They lose the force, and we all know what comes next. So it is vital right now for HAVU to secure a pistol to keep themselves alive in map number 2 in the series in its entirety.
That's... Yes, we couldn't have not put it better. HAVU, they wouldn't have to win the pistol. It's as simple as that. They cannot afford to lose it. End of story. And, well, PQ finds himself one. That's a good start. Slowy kind of waiting around the smoke. He's predicting a possible boost, but not really going to happen yet. As Uruguay will keep on pushing. Slowy pulls back. There's the pop flash into back 6, but it's HS that gets the entry. No pop flash onto Slowy. Doesn't really matter in the end. Scream finds one more. Twixie's going to be engaging with HS, but Hampus saves his teammate as he kills him in the back. Pico and Zore. Ooh, nice shot from Zore. Brings it back to a 3-on-2. Still a lot of room for maneuver, still a lot of room for error. The bomb is yet to be planted, so this is actually doable by HAVU. Zore gets one, it's out to Pico, and oh no! The timing could not have been worse. Scream with a double, and just as Pico gets himself the kill, it's Scream that picks him out of Ivy, and Uruguay. That's a pistol, and that's pretty much the map.
You've got to say that it comes down to that pistol and HAVU not able to take it. Again, like you said, it was very close. Literally milliseconds between Piku's frag and Screams to finish, but it doesn't matter when you're playing this dominantly. Uruguay, they get the job done. They secure the vital round to make sure HAVU have no input in this game whatsoever. But Twixie, he's looking to cook up a storm. He takes out 2. Piku finds 1 as well. Scream down into a trade. But look at already the HP of this T side. 38-40 combined. Scream on 2 HP. Yep. This, whilst it is a tough situation for Uruguay to handle, you've got to say in this type of position, they might be fed up to it, especially if Existence can come away with at least a frag. But yeah, with already Scream dead, this doesn't look good. Already spots in out the final player. 14-3. HAVU winning a round that they maybe shouldn't have any say in, but those two beautiful kills to open up from Twixie were what really slowed down, maybe sort of put Uruguay off entering that B ramp position. It was a full commit, and they got really shut down off of the back of that. So 14-3, HAVU keep themselves alive for now. We should see an eco from Uruguay, but get onto that gun round. Again, you've got to fear the worst for this for the CT side.
Absolutely. I mean, they're gonna have to bring out pretty much everything they have in their arsenal to be able to fight against Uruguay's gun rounds. I mean, we do have a pretty decent amount of everything on HAVU right now, especially the utility mark. They've got Molotovs, they've got smokes, nades, whatever they want. They have to use them to their full potential, though. Just as I say that, Hampus peeks out mid, gets himself a deagle shot, and takes down Hoodie. That is painful. I mean, sure, HAVU still wins this round most likely, but you know, starting a round like that is never positive when you're down this far in a map like of your own choice, really. So Slowy goes aggro. It's actually going to be Piku going aggro, not Slowy, but Slowy takes the kill. Bit of a kill stealer there. But Uruguay have a full eco, we got to keep that in mind. And the damage dealt onto HAVU, excuse me, is a lot more than you would initially imagine being able to be brought up. And okay, Scream one more. Things are not looking too swell. Even though it's a 2-on-3, there's still a chance another player could fall here for HAVU.
Not too sure whether Scream was spotted entering back six as well, or back line, sorry,
Yeah.
but I think he definitely was as Piku spotted him behind the flames, I think. So, yeah, whilst HAVU will get themselves another round, Uruguay, they've found some decent kills. They'll get themselves 2 weapons taken away from HAVU. You can see their economy, whilst it will afford a buy in the next, it will be kind of rough for moving forward in any type of situation. So Uruguay here, even if they lose the next couple, providing frags go in their favor, they're going to be still weakening HAVU each and every single time. But Uruguay will look to get the job done here, finish off this series, and have a very impressive result going into their best of 3-2. I think they round off the evening, right? We have no chance XCOM after this one, but then we have Uruguay win strike, which I think is going to be an interesting matchup in itself. But yeah, 4th round for HAVU. Uruguay will now be into their purchase. They'll get the AKs out on the field, all their weapons to be purchased, some utility to back it up. This is time now for Uruguay to just put HAVU into the dirt, finish off this game, and move on to their next best of 3. I'm pretty sure they have other officials in different leagues as well, so they've got a packed out day today, but they're wanting to be securing as swift as a victory as possible. But you can never count HAVU out from this kind of situation. We've seen rounds like this and games like this happen before. Zori, beautiful first frag. Hampus trades a 4-on-4 to already get this 19th underway.
Yeah, and still very dangerous move here by HAVU that they go this aggressive in Ivy this early on. Luckily, or more so thankfully, Zora is able to shut it down, is able to keep a clear conscience, you know, not losing his teammate at least. But Uruguay are going to be exiting B. They will use whatever utility they have left to execute proper play. We should be seeing a smoke down low. We should be seeing a smoke between the trains, and then just get onto site while not having too much of an issue at it. We have a player coming in through connector, so supported by the AWP. HAVU's defense should be bolstered. That should be a lot better than it is. But HS and Hampus, oh no! No, the 2 defenders you have to count on get it deleted. It's like, they just get deleted from the face of the earth. It is 15-4 and HAVU. What a way to end the map.
This is, again, just as we thought HAVU were sort of calming themselves down, coming into their own. Uruguay, you've got to give it to them. That was a very, very nice entrance to that B bomb site with 2 frags literally secured at the same time there. So, again, they'll try and deny these weapon saves as well. Draken, I'm pretty sure, is trying to bait for Hampus here. He might even take a shot to distract some of the attention away as Hampus goes for the peek here, but he will be able to swing round. Draken misses a first, though. That's a little bit unfortunate, but Scream tapping away. At least denies one of the rifles saved. And the lack of money for HAVU is really what's going to kill them off in this round. They should have no chance of survival. This should be where we see that 16-14 now coming to fruition. 16-4, sorry, coming to fruition. This should be where their time is spent. They've run out of it. and Uruguay, they'll just seal the deal. They have some pistols, some submachine guns purchased, even a P90 onto Slowy.
When you see a P90, you know it's all over. When you see that weapon, you can pretty much confirm in your head,
No
okay,
Bison,
that's it. No Bison. Yeah, that's an interesting choice. Bison is pretty good when it comes to train, actually. You know, you put it into Pop, you put it into Ivy, and if you have some support with it, you can do some serious damage. Pico and Twixie, though, will say their goodbye, good night. Says Slowy peeks into main, gets himself a piece of the pie. Draken, with an AWP hiding behind the corner, covering before the P90, excuse me. That's a weapon you certainly don't want to face off with an AWP. You miss a shot and you're gonna get shredded. Existence, though, catches off to Zoré, and it's a 2-on-4 again with HAVU not having A control, not having any control besides B. This should be ending. This should be 16-4, as you said. Uruguay will be facing a push from Slowy, but yeah, HS is ready. Look at this. HS... I mean, the patience of Uruguay also shows as well, right? I mean, it seems like they've revamped their gameplay quite a little bit. Yeah. They're patient, they're ready, and Existence, final kill, 16-4, final score, final map, 2-0. Uruguay take it home and secure themselves the top 4 spot, at least for the moment. They will have one more match tonight. If they win that, then I think they're actually going into the next stage of the playoffs. But there is a long way to go there, and we'll see how that goes. But in any case, Kieran, I'll let you finish off.
Yeah, this was a very, very dominant first game. It was a beautiful display from Uruguay. We saw, like you said, they seem to have refined themselves a lot. Whilst they still like to show that looser style of play, they seem way more composed doing it now. They seem way more of they have more of an understanding of how these players like to play together. I think moving forward, it's going to be a very, very powerful entity to face off against. But like you said, it was somewhat simple for Uruguay. They didn't really face any typical challenge. It was a quick game in map number 1. It was the same in map number 2. So you've got to give it to Uruguay. Yeah. They came out to perform today, and they definitely did. But, I mean, to sort of look at the league perspective, I think Uruguay now have 12 points, but I think they've really closed down that round difference there. So I think they might even be close to borderline positive now. So...
first map was wait, give me a second.
16-5, so that was
16-5. Yeah, 16-5. Yeah, it was 16-5 and 16-4. So they've basically got 11 rounds from the first map and 12 rounds from the second.
Positive.
So
they're
together,
+3.
Yeah, there should be positive. Yeah, they should be. Yeah, +3. They're doing a good job. Uruguay, if they win the next one as well, and with a dominant performance as they did right now, we could be looking at the 4th team to go into the playoffs.
They could snatch that 4th place depending how the second game finishes. Because Windstrike are above No Chance. If No Chance beat XCOM, then obviously Uruguay go above XCOM to secure 5th, and the victory against Windstrike will give them 4th. So yeah, that's it's possible for Uruguay to steal that playoff place just at the very end, but. We are going to have quite a little bit of a break between game number 1 and game number 2, just 2 hours 20. So I think we'll depart for now. We'll come back when this game is closer to starting. But No Chance versus XCOM at 5 p.m. Central European time. That is going to be